Race. His form leading up has been very good, and young Carmody, another apprentice, having the thrill of his life to ride in the Melbourne Cup.
Number 19, Pika McGuest, to be ridden by P. Shepherd.
One of the really proven two-milers in the race, and it's remarkable that for a horse that was 200 to 1 in the betting yesterday, it's now showing about 40 to 1 on the tote. So Pika McGuest has many admirers.
20, Beau Trist, G. Doughty.
Beau Trist, having only his 18th visit to a racetrack, he's drawn the outside gate. He won the Geelong Cup at his past start, and his jockey Gary Doughty, who had severe facial injuries in a fall at Geelong 10 days ago, has made his comeback today to ride Beau Trist.
Number 21, Cool Rocking Daddy, D. Tootle.
Drawn next to Beau Trist toward the outside of the field, I think Cool Rocking Daddy has very little chance of playing a hand in the finish.
And finally, number 22, Like a Topic, D. Murphy.
Yes, not without a chance Like a Topic, because it was an excellent run to finish third in the Moonee Valley Cup, a race which traditionally has been a very good guide to the Melbourne Cup. So Like a Topic almost at 100 to 1, but not without a winning chance.
And they are now on their way to the barrier for the big race of the day, the big race of the year, the 1987 Foster's Melbourne Cup.
In the previous, Targlish 205 and 90, Beau George 205, Warned 130, Quinella 1590, Trifecta 221.95, and the double was 625. Foster's Melbourne Cup, Rosedale 375, Rising Fear 440, Argonaut Starlight 65, Regimental March 475, Agent Provocative 985, Cossack Warrior $4, Kensai $7 as we go over the page and look for the horses in the market. Balciano $4, King Matthias 7, Lord Highbrow 7, Empire Rose 11, Scarvilla 10, the Brotherhood's 12.95, and the last couple headed by Beau Trist at $17. And that is the scene at the Fanny Bay Racecourse in Darwin, where Scarvilla is racing today. It's breaking up, unfortunately, but we got the message from the people in Darwin. They're watching us through Network 10, like a lot of the world is at the moment. And it's a very special day for them, because Scarvilla is the first horse ever from the Northern Territory to be running in this great race, the Foster's Melbourne Cup. And Gary Willett's with me. Firstly, to Des. You've had a good look at the horses go onto the track. You've had a chance this year in particular to see all the top horses. Your final thoughts?
I do feel as though Rosedale has been trained at the minute by Bart Cummings. He ran on Saturday. Worked him again yesterday morning, over 1.25 miles. This morning he let him brush up a couple of furlongs. The horse is supremely fit, as we all saw him going out onto the track. I think Colin Hayes has got Cossack Warrior in magnificent shape. The worry is the 200 metres, but I think if he's laid away from his 2 alley, that he can make a run of it from the top of the straight, and he certainly can sprint home. I saw Michael Clark give him a pretty good rev up there in his preliminary, so he'll be ticking over in all cylinders now. Kensai, very, very free this morning, and must have some sort of a chance. And Balciano, certainly he's been trained to the minute, and I was taken by Empire Rose also.
It's been some wonderful winners, some great losers, but Farlap in 30, Rising Fast 54, Galilee 66, Rain Lover Think Big, did the double just like Archer last year at Tallack. Well, Des, from you to Gary Willets, and Gary, as a jockey who's ridden in this race a number of times, what's going through, let's say, John Marshall's mind, because he's on the favourite?
Well, John Marshall, he's a pretty cool boy, Johnny. He's ridden in a lot of big races. He'll be feeling pretty good since he's just won the previous race. And I thought Rosedale looked magnificent when he went out to do his preliminary. Bart's got him cherry right. I also thought Cossack Warrior looked very well. Balciano, Lord Highbrow. But by gee, it's hard. You know, you start looking. The only question mark I've got on Rosedale, whether he can run to 3,200 metres.
Jim Cassidy's already ridden one Melbourne Cup winner, Kiwi. It was a sensational last to first win. Today, he's on Lord Highbrow, a horse that we give a big chance to. He's drawn out wide. Jim rode a treble on Saturday in the Derby. Let's see what he thinks about Lord Highbrow.
The one the Werribee Cup, you were wrapped in the run. You said he needed the gallop, and you said you've only been chasing this mount for a couple of weeks to get on it.
Well, I sort of looked through the cup mounts when the noms come out and that sort of thing, the last couple pay-ups, and there wasn't a lot I could get on, but the more I went through, I thought Lord Highbrow's come right into the race, and you know, he's got 50 and a half. He's a proven 2-miler, and I think that's what you need at Flemington, a horse that can run the 2 mile. And as far as I'm concerned, he's come through his Werribee Cup tremendously well, and he's rock hard fit, and that's what you've got to have for this day and, Cup Day.
Gary, the barrier draw, it's a good long run, about 900 metres. It's like a topic goes in next to Rosedale. How important is it?
Well, I'd rather be where Michael Clark is, starting from 1, because I don't care how far a race is. If you can get in and relax, you've got a big advantage. This race up here the first time, if you haven't got a good position by the time you go past the winning post, you're inclined to be working that little bit hard all the way on the race. With a boy that's drawn the inside and being smothered away, he's nice and relaxed, and his horse relaxes under him. And they're the horses that generally figure in a finish over 3,200 metres.
Des, where is a Melbourne Cup won and lost?
I think that it's probably won at the start, as Gary says. If you can be lucky enough to be out, or unlucky to be drawn wide, and then you can move across down the straight and take that good position, it gives you a lot of relaxation in the race. You don't have to be worrying about trying to get a position. You've already got it. And then I think it's won once you come down. It's not won until they get to this clock tower where the stewards stand about 200 yards from home.
Well, only one to come up for the cup.
Ready to go. Good call, Bruce.
Thanks, Des. Royal Heights goes in and they're set. The greatest race in Australia, the biggest moment in sport for the year in this country. Cossack Warrior the rails, Beau Trist the outside. Good long run down the straight. They stand well. Light on. Ready. Racing. Good line, except Argonaut Styles missed the start for Marie Linden, about 6 lengths, I guess. Cossack Warrior away pretty well, and Scarvilla from the Northern Territory began fast with Empire Rose. Balciano away well. Rosedale pulling a bit, but he's moved up quickly with South of Belmont. Darius Fun in behind them. Like a Topic working across with Beau Trist. Rising Fear surprisingly midfield as they settle down. Peckham, I guess, as well. Back out. Palliser in the centre of those horses. In fact, he's dropped out with Cossack Warrior as I speak. King Matthias in the centre, and also Lord Highbrow, Cool Rocking Daddy. No pace on at all, and Agent Provocative forced to go to the front from South of Belmont. Balciano, the box seat, a great ride by Cook. Like a Topic, the outside. Rosedale pulling a bit. Scarvilla, the rail, and Rising Fear trap deep going forward. The Brotherhood next, a length away Empire Rose, and then Beau Trist on its outside from Royal Heights. One away Cool Rocking Daddy, Kensai, the rail, a length Lord Highbrow. Regimental March is not last today. He's got 7 behind him. King Matthias, Argonaut Style, Darius Fun, Peckham, I guess, Cossack Warrior, and our Palliser. They leave the straight. 2,200 out in the cup, and it's Agent Provocative about a length and a half to South of Belmont. The pace slow. 2 to Like a Topic. Balciano the inside. Rising Fears had no luck. 3 deep, and Rosedale still inclined to pull. One away Scarvilla on the rail. A half the Brotherhood's had a nice run. A length further back to the Giant Mare Empire Rose. A half the Beau Trist and Royal Heights between horses. One away Kensai, Lord Highbrow. Then Cool Rocking Daddy. Regimental March checked momentarily. Didn't lose a lot of ground. King Matthias the outside from Darius Fun, Cossack Warrior. Third last is Argonaut Style. Second last our Palliser and Peckham, I guess. They're halfway in the cup at the 1,600. And Agent Provocative about a half to 3/4 of a length in front of South of Belmont. Rising Fear slowly getting closer. Balciano, Cook's ridden at a treat. Like a Topic between horses. Rosedale handy. Scarvilla on the inside. Empire Rose around the outside of those horses. About a half a length further back in the field then would have been the Brotherhood, and about a head away to Beau Trist. Like a Topic's just in front of those. Kensai midfield from Royal Heights, King Matthias. Regimental March still well back from Cool Rocking Daddy around the outside. Cossack Warriors back about third last. Argonaut Style just in front of it. Peckham, I guess. Darius Fun and now Palliser. 900 out in the cup. South of Belmont about a head. Agent Provocative and Rising Fear 3 deep. Balciano's had a glorious run, a half to Like a Topic. Rosedale in that group of horses. Scarvilla travelling pretty well. A length further back to Lord Highbrow. Behind it is Beau Trist as Rosedale's improving. One to Kensai trying to get off the fence. Further back in the field, Cossack Warrior. Royal Heights in front of it as they make the turn. They've got 600 to go. Agent Provocative into the straight, about a half in front of Rising Fear. Scarvilla the inside. Kensai, Balciano moved up quickly. Rosedale coming to the outside. Empire Rose. Regimental March with a run. 300 out. Agent Provocative's taken the lead. Balciano's drawing level. Empire Rose
Rosedale and Kensai, Lord Highbrow. 200 out, it's anyone's cup, Empire Rose. Rosedale coming at it with Agent Provocative and Kensai on the rail. Kensai driving through's taken the lead. Kensai's going to win the cup. What a ride, Larry Olsen. Nearly a dead heat, second and third, Empire Rose and Rosedale. Fourth, Balciano. Behind them, the Brotherhood. Further back, Cossack Warrior, King Matthias, Beau Trist, Agent Provocative. Regimental March out, Palacidarius Fun. Scarvilla well back, Pekka Maguess, Like a Topic, Lord Highbrow. Then Cool Rocking Daddy, Rising Fear, Royal Heights. One of the last Argonauts, Style, and last of all in the cup, south of Belmont. Magnificent ride by Olsen. Gary Willits, he's lost 22 kilograms in the last, 12 months or something. He rode the race of his life.
Yes, it was a great ride. Brilliant ride along the rails. Also thought what a great run of Rosedale's to fight on like he did, because he pulled very hard in the run.
Yes, he did pull Rosedale. It's a photo. It's nearly a dead heat, second and third. Empire Rose has got it.
Yeah.
What a run by Empire Rose. She arrived in Australia on Sunday afternoon. But Kensai for Les Bridge has won the Foster's Melbourne Cup. Les Bridge has never had a runner in 25 years of training in the Melbourne Cup. Today, he had two, and one of them, Kensai, was good enough to win. It's 8:14 and 1. Well, Agent Provocative was still in front at this stage, Des. Balciano, Cook's ride was superb. Rosedale was coming with a run. Let's go and join Keith Hillier, because he might have Les Bridge right now with him. Keith, it's all yours.
The race. Well, we had a plan in the race to just wait and wait and wait, and I think a lot of the credit goes to Larry Olsen. It was a cold ride.
Second for
Fine race.
coverage.
We've got
Congratulations on your win, your first day with runners in the Melbourne Cup.
Thanks, mate. Good on you.
Les, your comment on Larry Olsen's ride?
Well, I think it's self-explanatory. Just have to watch it. It was great.
You were shaking, Les. How do you really feel? It's just the biggest moment in racing you've ever had.
Well, when I come into this game, I wanted to win the Golden Slip from the Melbourne Cup, and I've done it.
Congratulations.
You said last night trainers were notorious for picking the wrong horse. Did you think he was the best of your...
Well, at the weights I did.
Les, you said during the week you were caught up in the atmosphere of the Melbourne Cup. How do you feel at this moment?
I'm still caught up in it.
Well done, Les Bridge.
Thank you.
What a marvellous moment for any trainer. Mark Cummings has had it 7 times. He almost had it today. It's 8:14 and 1. Officially fourth was 10 Balciano. Fifth was number 5 Agent Provocative, who was forced to lead. For those that had sweeps and want to know who ran last, it was south of Belmont. Gary, could Kensai win here? Here's where Olsen went to the fence with about 220 to go.
Yes, it was a daring sort of ride to go back to the fence like he did, because often in those 2-mile, 3,200 metre races, you get the tiring horses coming back on you. But everything worked very well for Larry. And, I thought Peter Cook had ridden a brilliant race on Balciano. Kensai's runs, first of all, I didn't give him much chance, and then when I had a look at the tapes you had of him today in the Metropolitan, the Newcastle Cups, I thought, by gee, he's a great stay, and I think he's closely related to Kiwi.
Well, Des, you had a good look at Kensai throughout the spring, and you said this morning that he looked very gay at the track, and he ran like a horse that was as fit as a fiddle.
Well, there were reports that there was not all well with him, and I believe that the way he was trotting around the centre this morning, it was unbelievable. He was as free as a kitten. And Larry Olsen, I think that, gee, that's got to be nearly reward to the VC for him to lose that weight. Gary Willits over here knows how much it is to lose 4 or 5 kilos, but to lose 23...
Well, that's right, Des, but I'm just having a little laugh here. I saw Larry wave to someone in the crowd and he dropped his skull cap.
Oops.
I don't think he'll be too worried about it.
The interim dividends on the Foster's Melbourne Cup. Kensai $7 a win and $2.50 a place. Empire Rose $3.60 and Rosedale $1.55. Now let's just wait for a moment, because this is every jockey's dream, every owner's dream and every trainer's dream to do just this, to come back into the mounting yard after winning the race, the Foster's Melbourne Cup. And not many jockeys have done it without their skull cap.
I don't think he'll be very worried about it.
Somebody's given him a flower instead. And just to fill everybody in on the story behind Larry Olsen, he had retired, Gary.
Yes, he's always had a lot of trouble with weight. He's, what you'd call a heavyweight jockey, and he's done a marvellous job to get his weight down. He's put a lot of work in it. He went in on a special diet, and, it's all paid off.
So to almost give it away and at 39 years of age to come back and win the Foster's Melbourne Cup is a spectacular achievement. The horse is by Balmy Kiss from Kitty's Dream. Was bred by D. Duffy and G. Hale in New Zealand. Raced by K. Mitchell, A.T. McDonald, T. Strickland, A. Curtis, our Man and our Lazarus in partnership, and trained by the gentleman we've already spoken to, Les Bridge from Randwick. Les said it's always been his ambition to win a Melbourne Cup and a golden slipper. Well, he did the golden slipper with Sir Dapper from memory.
That's right, yes.
That's pretty appropriate that one of the owners is Mr. Lazarus.
Well, you're right, Des.
There's a very happy boy unselling his horse there.
And Gary's come back from not mean you, Gary. I mean Larry has come sort of back from obscurity or retirement and made a comeback, just like Mr. Lazarus did.
He's always been a great rider, Larry.
Oh, he always has. Funnily enough, he was one of Cummings' choice too early on.
Yeah.
On the turn, Agent Provocative was leading. Scarvilla was behind him with Rising Fear, and you can see that Kensai's still got a wall of horses in front of him.
That's right, yes. And that's why it's very often at Flemington you don't get runs up there along the fence, but you can see he's got this beautiful run inside Scavilla there.
I bet he laughed there, Gary.
Oh, yes. When you've got a handful of horse, you know you're going to get home.
At this stage, Rosedale was challenging strongly. I thought the top he might win. Empire Rose.
I thought Empire Rose had it.
She ran a marvellous
Empire
race.
Rose is a very good run.
But Olsen's been able to get through, balance up, and I guess right now he thinks he's got it won.
He's got
Whip in
that
the left
cup
hand.
one. That's right. Yes.
Tony Allen lost nothing on Empire Rose. I thought his ride was first class. In fact, I think it was one of the features of the race, Gary. Some of the rides in the race, Balciano, Rosedale, Kensai, they were outstanding.
That's right, yes, they all had good runs because it was a very muddling race the first time up the straight. I think a few of them thought there'd be a little bit more pace on it. The ones that hadn't got in, they really didn't have much hope.
Peter Cook was lucky to get a good start in as much as it reared just prior to they went bang, and same with Argonaut Style. They were the two that were a little bit
correct weight on the Foster's Melbourne Cup. Marie Linden, her first ride in the race, first woman jockey. She missed the start 6 lengths. She won't forget it in a hurry.
No, that's right. I think the horse might have just gone up.
He did.
It's very easy for this to happen, but it's, it'll be very sad for Marie, like being in the Melbourne Cup.
And, of course, the first horse from the Northern Territory, Scarvilla, ran a mighty race until the home turn. It's been a wonderful race. We've got all the celebrations about to start. Let's take a break after the 1987 Foster's Melbourne Cup.
Australians love a race. And Australians love their beer. Foster's, flavour with a big capital F.
There's nothing like it, is there? That's true.
Australia loves the Fosters, and you know the world does too. There's nothing like a Fosters. There's nothing like a Fosters. There's nothing like a Fosters. That's true.
Cup Kensai $7.250, Empire Rose $3.60, Rosedale $1.55. The multiple forms of betting to come. Quinella trifecta double and extra double. So Kensai becomes one of the most famous horses in Australia by winning the most famous race.
Smith with Larry Olsen.
Well, here's the winning jockey of the Melbourne Cup, Larry. Marvellous feat, and I know it was something that was totally unexpected to you because I think you thought you were out of the game.
Well, not just once, Ron. I kissed myself goodbye many a time, and but the last comeback, I said, well, if I don't do it this time, that's it.
But the Melbourne Cup was the driving force behind your return?
Well, hardly the Melbourne Cup, because I never for a moment dreamt that I'd be here today, and of course winning it. But just to get back to racing and ride good quality horses and win big races. But I must say I was determined that when I won the Derby in Brisbane, from there I went to Sydney and I won the Epsom, and I thought, I wonder if I can win that Melbourne Cup.
And the thought was there. Now, Des Spain.
Yes, well, there's the start, Larry. You drew barrier 5.
Yeah, 4. I think we come in 1. Yeah.
Come in 1 with a scratching of Red Hawk. Now, how did you jump?
Well, I jumped at the game quite well, but I was always going to be back behind him on the fence. I was behind that big mare, Empire Rose.
Yes, well, now coming down the stool frame at the 2,400 metres, you've got 2,400 to go. You're about 8th or 10th on the rail still.
Yes, that'd be right. I wasn't that far away from the lead, and pace at that stage was quite genuine. Of course, they slowed up a bit after we went out the straight.
Yes, well, round at the mile now. I thought they were going along at about 13, or a little bit better than 13 to the furlong. What did you think?
Well, possibly about 13 at that stage, but not long after here they picked up a bit.
Well, you're running 13th there as the frame shows, and there you are behind on the inside of Rosedale. Ahead of you is Empire Rose and Scarvilla. Balciano's just in the front of the picture, and off the track is Like a Topic. So there you are there. Now turning for home, how were you feeling here?
Well, I was feeling...
You're running 8th, I might add.
Yes, and I was going to get right up. The run was there for me to take, but of course I didn't really want to get up there quickly because he was a doubt at the 3,200 metres, and anyway, I couldn't get through, so I just had to sit and wait. And
the way you did, and you waited. And what happened when you saw Scarvilla move off the fence and give you enough to put the Foster's Lager Clydesdales through there?
Yeah, well, it's given me a great thrill, and I just thought, now can I get this lot on the outside? And when I give him a couple with the whip, he really responded, and he got to the line like a good little horse.
You had a look across and you said, I'm home.
Yeah, I did.
Well, now Vivian will say something to you. Go for the nice young lady, Larry.
Congratulations, Larry. Just looking at that as you're coming to the line here. How far from the line did you know I've got it?
About there.
As you hit the,
yes.
Once you got through on the inside, though, you knew you had the other two covered?
Well, when as I say, when I was held up on the inside, the horses on the outside got about a length in front of me, and of course when I did get the run, I knew I was going to get to the line, but just how well I didn't know. You know?
Was the line going to be too fast, too close for you?
Well, I thought it was, yes, I thought it might be a bit close, but then when I hit him with the whip, he found that bit extra.
Well, congratulations. I know you want to do a lot more celebrating. There's a lot of people want to speak to you too.
Thank you, Vicky.
Congratulations.
Well,
Ken size $7 in the Melbourne Cup and $2.50. Empire Rose $3.60. Rosedale $1.55. Quinella $95.65. Trifecta $1,494. Daily double $20.30 and the extra double $26.55.
Day. There's the line at the 1400. They're off and racing. Sister Impertinent and Ginger missed the start from the inside at Hidden Power out the back early. Dark Derylus, one of the best out. Casanova showing speed. So was Blackjack Lady, up a lot closer today with Spending. Wider out on the track was Dallas Style, and settling in behind those was Noble Virtue. Going up 3 deep was Wolverton Diamond, followed by Picture Perfect, back a little worse than midfield. Casanova behind her. Over on the inside, Buzz My Bell, and then Sister Impertinent. Crown Style on the inside of Hidden Power, and back at the tail, Cluster Lady. And the favourite Ginger's last of all on the fence and about 12 lengths from them. Going towards the halfway point, they've got about 800 to go. Dallas Style about a half length in front of Planned, a length away Wolverton Diamond, close enough if good enough. Spending the inside, and then Noble Virtue, Picture Perfect 3 deep, and Dark Derylus behind her. Casanova gets away from the rail, then Blackjack Lady, Sister Impertinent. Buzz My Bell on the inside, followed by Hidden Power, Cluster Lady, Crown Style, and Ginger still last of all and about 10 lengths from them. At the top of the straight, 500 metres to go. It's Dallas Style on the inside. Flanders under pressure. Noble Virtue running on with Wolverton Diamond. Blackjack Lady's got a beautiful run up on the inside, and then Casanova. Ginger's a mile back. 250 to go. Wolverton Diamond sprinted to the front. Running on well was Casanova, followed by Spending, Dallas Style, Blackjack Lady, then Hidden Power. Ginger's a mile back. It can't win. Wolverton Diamond in front. Casanova gobbling it up on the outside. It's going home. The better puts its head in front and gets out. Casanova wins about a long neck to Wolverton Diamond. Crown Style might have got third. Spending fourth, and then came Ginger. It made up a huge amount of ground. They were followed in behind those by Noble Virtue, well back Blackjack Lady, then Dallas Style, Buzz My Bell, Dark Derylus, Hidden Power, Cluster Lady, Planned, Picture Perfect, and Sister Impertinent has pulled up near the tail. Number 4, Casanova, has got the prize ridden by Ken Russell. It jumped well. It shared the lead, in fact, for the first 100 or 200 metres before settling back about midfield and was poised to pounce at the 250-metre point. It did so, and gradually pegged back Wolverton Diamond, who fought back doggedly to get second placing, and Crown Style has made up plenty of ground to work home third. In fact, Crown Style on the turn was with the favourite, Ginger.
They both got a mile. This is Melbourne Cup, and we go through exactly where your runner finished. Always a popular part of our program on this Tuesday. Kensai first. Empire Rose was second, inches in front of Rosedale. What a run it was from Empire Rose. There's Rosedale, the top weight, game in defeat. Fourth, Balciano, a brilliant ride, I thought, by Cook. Fifth, Agent Provocative. Harry had at his best. He had to lead as it turned out. He was going to pull. He did a wonderful job. 6 Cossack Warrior, I like the run. In fact, had Michael Clark stayed on the fence behind Kensai, he would have been right there with the place getters. But it's easy to say that now. 18, the Brotherhood, was a very solid performance. So for Les Bridge, he had 2 horses in the first 7. Darius Fun ran a good race, 8th, because she broke out before the race and had been quite upset. In 9th placing, Beau Trist, he covered ground. Watch for him next year. I think he's a most promising horse. Regimental March 10th, I thought Dipman gave him every chance. He never really pinged to the line. King Matthias, Rodney Griffiths said he got a long way back. He finished 11th. A solid effort. Lord Highbrow 12th, never really looked a winner. He was always back worse than midfield. Our Palliser 13th, Darren Gauci said he failed to stay, and I think he proved that in the Moonee Valley Cup when he was back for a stack, had every chance. Cool Rocking Daddy, better next year. He's only won 2 races. Scarvilla ran a very good race to the turn. He's not a 2-miler for mine. He's a very good horse up to 1.5 miles. Pekka Maguess, well, he's 8 years of age. Like a Topic, correct weight, by the way, correct weight here on 417. Like a Topic, that's about where you'd expect her to run. She lacks the class. Royal Heights has been very disappointing after running 3rd in the Craigley. Rising Fear, he was a disappointment. Didn't think he had much luck for Bobby Skelton. Argonaut Style, Marie Linden won't forget this in a hurry. She missed the start 5 or 6 lengths. She can't win a Melbourne Cup doing that. And last today was South of Belmont. So that's how they finished in the Foster's Melbourne Cup. After race 6, Casanora 10.90 and 2.45. Warburton Diamond 120. Crown Style 2.30. Trifecta was a big one, $1,090.10. No Quinella at this stage. And let's have a look. The double was 127.45. Not sure why they don't have the Quinella there, but we'll try and find that one quickly for you. In the 7th today, Cavalry.
Oh, I know up in our broadcast position, Bruce McAvaney has a very special guest for us. And Bruce, I hope you pass on everyone's congratulations.
I certainly will, Phil. Of course, we're talking about Bill Collins, who today broke the record of Joe Brown. Bill, we spoke to you last year when it was your 33rd. How do you feel about it all now?
Well, I'm happy and I'm also a little bit sad, Bruce, because there's been a bit of extra tension leading up to this one, a bit more press coverage, and so, you know, you do get a little bit more uptight about it than in past years. But, you know, I'm glad it was such a wonderful race. I'm glad, you know, I got it right. And I'm sorry that I'm not going to be perhaps involved in such an integral way next year. I'll still be here, not working, not calling. But, you know, there's a few cups to look back on.
There's a lot of cups to look back on. 1954 Rising Fast, that must be the one that... The first one's extra special, isn't it?
Well, it is. Yeah, especially because, you know, it's like yourself, probably. I've always wanted to be a racing commentator, and I'm a kid from the Gippsland bush, and suddenly here on that first Tuesday in November 1954, I find here I am doing it. And won by such a champion, Rising Fast. That year it won the Caulfield Cup, Cox Plate, and the Melbourne Cup. And won the Caulfield Cup again the next year and just got beaten in the Melbourne Cup. So what a great horse, and what a great way to start.
And Bill, I must ask you, what did you think today when you called South of Belmont last over the line, knowing that, you know, 34, but that was it?
Oh, I had a little swelling behind the eyes, Bruce. Yeah, I did. Because, you know, that was the 34th, and you've seen some great riders and some great horses and trainers involved, and some great people. And, you know, there have been so many great callers have also done the race. You know, the Eric Welches and the Jim Carrolls and the Bert Bryants and the Joe Browns, and, you know, that, well, OK, you're going to join them in the retirement stakes, but they were great, and you hope you're nearly as good as they were.
Well, Bill, congratulations on a long and distinguished career. Finally, as a commentator, how would you like to be remembered?